How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to My Gardening Habit. I'm Rob Mayer, and before we get started, I just want to say thank you. We've gotten a lot of new subscribers recently, and I'm getting a lot of good interaction in the comments, discussing different ideas for the greenhouse construction, different issues with the PVC versus the poly sheeting. I think it's really awesome, the community that is growing around here, and thank you for being a part of it. So really, we've just been extremely busy lately trying to get our tomato and pepper seedlings repotted, so haven't been making too much content. If you want to keep up on some more stuff, or keep up on more frequent updates, I would check out our Instagram or our Facebook. Those are probably the ones that you're going to see updated the most. We're playing around a little bit with TikTok lately, so check us out over there. I'll put links in the description below. But really, what we're doing here, and I'm just going to take you for a quick walk through the greenhouse. We're just playing around, experimenting. My wife and I love playing with houseplants and seeing what we could do to propagate those. Eventually, we plan on having basically like almost like an encyclopedia. We're going to basically turn the website into just a basic, just a very large reference of, or a catalog of everything that we're doing here. The different ways of propagating houseplants or even garden plants, different things, different techniques of growing houseplants and garden plants. So yeah, we're just getting started. If you go and check out the website, you're going to see sometimes things don't exactly look like they're put together, you know, with the greatest attention to detail at the moment, but it's always changing. We're working on it. It's a very slow process because obviously we're doing a lot of this work out in the greenhouse, in the garden. A lot of the stuff that you're going to see on there is not going to be just random stuff that we pull from the internet. While we will try to update, you know, try to fill in the gaps with other information that we find, and also note that, try to give you, you know, a reference as to where we got that information. The majority of the information, the bulk of it, is going to be from first-hand experience, things that we find worked or didn't work, whether it's propagating or starting from seed or what soil to use for certain plants. And it's all going to be done with high-quality photos, videos, any sort of media that we can use to really tie it all together. So if you get a chance, go over, take a look at the website, MyGardeningHabit.com. Again, while I'm just making this video now, it's still in its infancy. We started it about 3 years ago at this point, and it's changed direction a couple times, and it's definitely going to again, but in the long run, it's going to be a pretty interesting thing. So check back frequently and see what's going on. Like I said, again, this is all just experimenting. This is all just kind of, we see the way that something's growing and we cut here or cut there, and we try to propagate water or soil or different types of soil. This is all just us throwing poo at the wall and seeing what sticks. So, you know, keep that in mind as we walk through. You're going to see some stuff that's dying, some stuff that has definitely seen better days. We're going to have a lot of stuff that just doesn't work out. But as you can see, we also have a lot of stuff that is working out quite well. Again, this is just, we're trying whatever. Some stuff works, some stuff doesn't. That's the fun of this. if you're just getting into gardening or just getting into plant propagation, we're not that far into it. It may look like we are, but we're really not. We're still in our own infancy with it. Just try stuff. Just go ahead and try it. You know, if you have a plant that has a couple different shoots coming off of it, just take a look, find a node somewhere, and just snip right below that and try to root it in water, try to root it directly in the soil, keep the soil moist. Try different things and just experiment, and yeah, you'll be pleasantly surprised, I think, how easy it really is to do a lot of this stuff. Most of these plants that we have in here, they're kind of spread out and sporadic. You can see a couple of different monstera plants around. All those came off of one plant. All of these, let's see, we've got a ton of spider plants, variegated spider plants. They're one of our major things right now. It's one of the things that we got started with. Every single spider plant, variegated spider plant that we sell or that we just raise and give away, they all come from one plant that I got for my wife about 8-9 years ago for Mother's Day. And the mother plant, I'm not even really sure which one it is at this point. I have a general idea, but we probably propagated hundreds of these plants at this point. So yeah, it's just all about trying, just playing around and seeing what might work. And the majority of these plants we've pretty much just done from one plant. Yeah. So let's take a walk around, and yeah, I'll show you what exactly we have going on. I'm not going to get into too much detail on each individual plant. There's a lot of plants in here that I don't even have any clue what the name is. Again, that's all part of the process of what we're doing here, trying to learn more about the plants and try to tie it all together and give everybody some sort of, basically an explanation of the plants as we learn about the plants and try to help fill things in. So, yeah, let's get going. So as we come in the door, you'll see off to the left here, we have this whole table here is plants that my mother-in-law and sister-in-law brought over at the beginning of the winter to keep them going. You can see that they did, for the most part, survive, but some of them didn't thrive in here. And that's all a part of, the process. We're learning what to do with certain things. But they're starting to come back pretty good. We're going to start playing around with these. It sounds like they're becoming permanent residents here now. Permanent residents. So we're going to start playing with these, picking things off, and seeing what we can propagate off of them. You'll see here we have a composter. We got this material from a local gardener. This is actually conveyor belt from a water treatment plant. It's very porous, and basically the waste gets run over the belt and water sloshes over that, and it basically filters out all the solids from the water. It's supposed to work really well because of the porous nature of it. Allows a lot of oxygen into the sides of the tube. You just keep on filling compost up in here and give it a good stir every once in a while, every couple days. I put it inside the greenhouse hoping that it would heat up enough. I know sometimes they get up to 160, 180 degrees. Heat up enough to just kind of help, produce a little passive heat in here. Keep the chill away at night through the winter. Didn't really work out like that. We never really got up to temperature. It really just stayed below 100 the entire time. But again, just something that we're playing around with. We've got a bunch of Purple Heart Wandering Jews back here that were clipped about a month or two ago, about 2 months ago at this point. You see some string of bananas, a couple different plants that we got from Bountiful Gardens up in Ewing, red sushimi, pepper mia, silver inch plant, silver veined plant, I believe, red vein plant. These are not looking too great. We're going to have to do a little something with these. This succulent here is called plover eggs. This is one that we had gotten up there and are starting to propagate. It seems to be coming along. Very cool looking. This one is Blue Job's Tears. Again, another new one from up there. Very, very nice little ground cover, it looks like. We've got Tradescantia Nanook, I believe this is. That last year, about a year ago, these were selling on Etsy for ridiculous prices, and this year it seems like they're all over the place. We got a couple of them for I think $6 a pot at the local produce junction, and my mother-in-law brought some over also, and yeah, we're just breaking those apart and getting them going. Got a bunch of snake plants back here just getting started. Again, some Monstera Delicioso we've got propagating in water, trying to get some roots going on them. We've been pretty successful with them so far. You can see this is our third propagation off of the mother plant. We had gotten one of those from the local Costco. Got a butterfly bush back here. That's been a tough one to get started for us, but this was our most successful one, other than the one that we had in the aquaponics, which we've now taken out and tried to cut up. So you see a couple other little butterfly bushes down here. These are just the cuttings from the tip of the plant, and just trying to get that going. And sometimes they look a little bit haggard. Some of the leaves will die off, but I think that they're coming along just fine. Got some other little succulent arrangements, and got a purple prickly pear here from Arizona. My sister-in-law got this one going, and yeah, seems to be doing all right. I haven't killed that one yet. The other one that she gave me did not fare so well. It's kind of struggling. We've got some cilantro over here. We've been doing a lot of seed starting for the garden, and we've been busy as hell just trying to get the little 1-inch seedlings moved over to 3 or 4 inch pots to get out to people that are looking to purchase. So we've got a lot of different tomato plants. I want to say we did 12 different varieties of tomato plants this year. We've got some peppers, I think I got like 10 different varieties of those. We got some habaneros, got a couple eggplants in there. We didn't do too well with those so far this year, but some of it's coming along. We've got some Victorian rhubarb in the back there. Some little spider plant babies, variegated spider plant. Some oregano. Not really sure what's going on down there. Some more tomatoes. Some random succulents, echeveria. We've got a bunch of Christmas cactus. They're doing quite well. You can see all the little tips growing off of there. This is another one that we got. There was a plant left here from the previous owner, and then my mother-in-law, I think, got us 2 different plants, and since then we've just been cutting them apart and going crazy with it. Here's a new echeveria that we just got. It's pretty nice looking. I'm excited to get that guy going. Here's one of our ones. I got this about 10 months ago. This is the mother plant. It's a fairies washboard. You can see all those little babies popping off the bottom there. And we're gonna break that apart soon here. You can see this is one that we had broken apart a while back. Probably right when we had gotten that mother plant. This was one of those little babies off the bottom, probably about 10 months ago. And you can see a bunch of other stuff growing in here. Sometimes I'm hesitant to actually take things apart. I see some purslane here, a couple different weeds, and some, looks like broom fork moss, I believe. It almost looks like its own little climate and habitat in this little pot. So I'm often torn with actually disturbing any of that, but yep, it's coming along pretty good. One of the things about the soil that we use, we do a lot of our own composting, and we try to use as much of that in our processes as we can. So you'll see random little weeds here and there. We just pick those out as we go, but the soil that we put into our plants is generally a very healthy, vibrant, living soil. It's not just some dead topsoil or seed starter that you got from the big box store. So over here, we got a couple different things going on. We've got toothache plants, coxcomb, some more cilantro. I got question marks here. I believe this might be milkweed. I didn't write it down when I actually planted them, but I believe it's milkweed. We got some huckleberry plants. I've never grown these before. These are new to us this year. I got the seeds from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. We've got some beautiful basil growing. Some more cilantro, some more peppers, some serranos. Over here you'll see these peppers have a question mark on them because they could be one thing or another, as I accidentally dumped over an entire tray of 72 seedlings and couldn't tell what they were after that. So got a bunch of random stuff. See how that goes. Got a bunch of succulents started over here. Again, just playing around. We know that if you stick a succulent petal into soil after a certain amount of time, still trying to get that time down as to what you should be expecting, but it seems like about 45 days is a good time frame. If it's going to go, you might start to see something popping up there. So, some more succulents. Over here is a lot of our new seed starting area, or our new repotting area that we just set up that is now taken over by all the different tomatoes. This week I'm going to be going through them and inventorying what we have, trying to get some outside to harden them off and start releasing them soon. So like I said, we got 12 different varieties that we're growing. A lot of them are from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. Some are from Seed Savers Exchange, but we've got a lot of cool ones this year. Purple Bumblebee grapes, German Pink. We've got some Brad's Atomic Cherry, some white Tomasols. Never grown them before. There's a lot of them that we haven't really grown. We're going to try to grow as many different varieties as we can to kind of catalog the actual growth of the plant and the fruits that they get. We only have so much room, especially since we've been so heavily concerned with working in the greenhouse this year. So it's going to take a while to really get the outside stuff set up, but we're working on it. And you'll see up top we have some more house plants, some of the hanging plants that we've been working on. We've got variegated spider plants, striped wandering Jews, got some beautiful purple heart wandering Jews. Got some purple waffle. Again, we've made tons of these purple waffles, and just like all the other ones, they just came off of one plant. So basically what we've been doing as far as the hanging plants and stuff go are, when we get a good amount of good quality plants coming along, we start selling those on Facebook Marketplace or through our local garden share. If you're on Facebook or you're on some sort of other platform, just in our experience, Facebook has a pretty good setup with the groups. And we started our local garden share right around March of 2020, and it's grown to 230 people, 240 people at this point, about a year in. So it's so far been a great resource for people that are trying to learn about gardening, and also people trying to buy, sell, exchange houseplants, vegetable plants, give away extra produce. It's been a pretty cool thing, and thankful for everybody who's joined it, and we hope to keep it going and keep it growing, help encourage more gardening within our community. If you go on there and search your own local area, if you can't find anything that is local to you, start a group. Start a Facebook group. It's really easy. It's not that tough to moderate. Just lay down some general guidelines. I can post our general guidelines in the description below if you'd like to check that out. We haven't had any problems with ours. It's just a lot of people that are either interested in buying, selling, trading, or receiving produce, or anything gardening related. People are joining it for, and it's been great. So highly recommend doing that if you don't already have one in your area. It's very simple, and yeah, it's also a great outlet if you have extra stuff. I wouldn't exactly call what we have going on here a side hustle. We do sell plants on Facebook, and we just started an Etsy store recently that's kind of going along, but really it's just to help support what we're trying to do with the website and everything. And we've done okay with it. I think we're going to continue on and see where it goes. I'm not sure what the final iteration of it will be, the final what it'll look like in the end, if there really ever will be an end to it. I plan on keeping it on, just going along and getting better at growing stuff, and trying to share what I learned with people, and try to encourage other people to just take steps to experiment, whether you're into gardening or whatever you're into. It could be you're into working on cars, or you're into building things with wood, metal, whatever it is. Get busy. Get doing something. You don't have to start small, or you don't have to start out and just go crazy like we have with the gardening. You can do it on a small scale, and I think you'll enjoy it. So, thanks again for watching. If you can, hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon to get notifications when we post a new video. If you like what we're doing here, maybe tell a friend. Give us a share, and yeah, We'll see you later. Take care.